Okay, my little tubers, we're back for some more drafting here on Magic Online. Got some more of this vintage cube. Thanks for watching. Hit that like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below after the video's done. What do we have? What do we want to do? The world is our oyster. We're going to shuck it, find a pearl, and then eat a delicious oyster shooter or something. Actually, I don't care for oysters. Oysters kind of suck. They're slimy, they're snotty, they don't really have that much flavor. Really, you're just putting stuff on top of them and eating it with that, right? Oysters. Leave a comment about oysters. I don't know. Pick one, pack one of this vintage cube. What do we have? We have a Yawgmoth's Will, if you want to go a little storm nonsense. Opposition for some lockdown. Dimir Signet. Rabble Master. None of these picks excite me. I almost want to just force mono red again. I've been kind of in an aggro mood. I wish there was a good like white card here I could take for some mono white, but let's first pick Rabble Master. What the hell? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Who doesn't love a good Goblin Boy? Second pick, got a couple of good fetch, actually 3 good fetches, don't we? Wooded Foothills, Flooded Strand, Misty Rainforest. For the mono red route, we have like a Char. There's an Usher of the Fallen here, if we wanted to try to do that instead. I mean, Boros aggro is completely reasonable, too. I generally like the mono-colored aggro decks more than the 2-color aggro decks, but if you do go red-white, what do you get access to? Like Showdown of the Scalds, Lightning Helix. Is that it? Are those the only 2 red-white cards in the cube? Maybe. I mean, there are things like Ashiok here, and again, any of the lands are completely reasonable / good pickups. Could also take Ledger Shredder. Maybe we can try to do like a red-blue deck. Take like Ledger Shredder here, wheel the Expressive Iteration could be okay. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do like a red-blue tempo of sorts. Maybe we can pick up like the Splinter Twin combo in the midst of it as well. So let's take the Preordain now, 3rd pick. So this is me going in with a set game plan in mind. Obviously, we're trying to force something here. Blue-red, pretty good. Blue gives you access to a lot of good interaction, card draw, whether it be counters or whatever. And then red gives you the aggressive threats that can just pressure the opponent early on. Let's take the Preordain. Let's try to wheel the Direfleet Daredevil. It's good to me. Into an Abrade, or a Rogrin Triome, or a Sulfuric Vortex. The Vortex generally wheels... It's either Abrade or Rogrin here. I should probably take the duel, is my guess. Man, every time I see Archon of Cruelty, it's just so disgusting. What a card. Enters the battlefield or attacks. Just so much freaking value. Ooh, there's a nice 5th pick now. We have a Factor Fiction for some card draw, Hellrider for some aggression, Chandra for some Planeswalker card advantage, removal nonsense, and of course the card I've never passed in my life. Ever, once, ever. Coalition Relic. Blue in the front, red in the back. Okay. Yeah, it's a good start. Cards that are like super high on my pick order are going to be the cheap counter spells like Miscalculation, Remand. The double blue counter magic is still going to be good, but a little bit harder to cast. Stowaway here versus Pyro. I like Stowaway. Especially in a deck like this, where I'm going to be planning on getting some number of counter magic spells, right? You play this early, and then you pass on one of your turns holding up counter magic, which flips this into nighttime. Kind of good. Red Elemental Blast, one of the spiciest sideboard cards you can get. Relic of Progenitus, also pretty good sideboard. Rakdos Signet could also be okay here, although I don't think we want that. If it was Izzet Signet, I would take it. But I think we're going to get the good sideboard card here for our 7th pick. What was in our opening pack that I could... Wow, that I could wheel! We're getting Volcanic Island Bone Crusher. That is an absurdly late Volcanic Island. I don't know what that's doing there, because this is one of the best dual lands you can get. It really sucks to pass Bone Crusher, but, I mean... Like, I would have first picked this in the next pack, so... I am Very pleased with that pickup. Sheesh. Kind of insane. All right, let me close out of Steam real quick. So that was all 8 packs. We did wheel Pestermite, we did wheel Unholy Heat. Very nice. All right, I guess the upside of taking Pestermite's going to be worthwhile. Sadly, Opposition also wheeled. I guess this is also a really good Opposition deck, isn't it? It's insane with Rabble Master, because, like, the tokens, you can tap them before they have to attack. Wow. Pestermite has the highest upside, but Opposition was also insane there. I don't know if we want Char, but sideboard Gilded Drake seems reasonable. There's the Direfleet Daredevil on the wheel over the Burgie is okay. And remember, in Vintage Cube, this can hit so many good cards. Like, obviously the ideals are what Ancestral Recall and Time Walk, but just any number of cheap instants and sorceries you can grab with that one. So there's the Vortex on the wheel. That was a very good pack one. Even getting a Hellrider now too. Like 2 great lands and a good array of blue and red cards. I'm only missing like the cheap counter magic or even some burn spells. I mean, I passed the Unholy Heat, but otherwise, I'm not sure what you expect more out of a pack one. So Splinter Twin and Kiki Jiki are going to be moderately high pickups at this point, because we just found the Pestermite. Let's see what else we can get here. All right, some good ones in our Pack 2 open. The top among them are going to be the blue cards here, the Cryptic Command, the Bribery, and the Time Warp. I am an enjoyer of Time Warp over Bribery, although I generally think that Bribery is a stronger card than Time Warp. If this was a cheap counter or an easier to cast counter, I would probably take it, but triple blue on the Cryptic doesn't look super ideal currently, so let's just go with the extra turn here. There's a stupid sexy Oko, which is very splashable. I have the Raging... Well, Raging Ravine's not a good splash land, but it's hard to pass an Oko here. What are we losing out on? Time Twister would just be okay. Drifter's fine. Riders, yeah, we're not losing much. Hard to pass a stupid sexy Oko. Now we get a Tropical Island to follow that up. I'm having to pass an Urza and a Goldspan Dragon here, but after taking Oko, I mean, obviously it just makes a lot of sense. Passing all those fetch lands in pack 1 kind of hurts now. Grim Monolith, how does that look in this deck? Probably not great, so maybe Shelldock Isle could be a better take over that. Grim Monolith is one of my like top 20 cards in Cube, but this doesn't appear to be the deck that's going to want it as much, so let's go with Shelly. Valerian Academy is fantastic. Not in this deck, obviously, but just good in general. We have a Mishra's Bauble here for a free roll. Manamorphose for some fixing plus cycling. I think I'm going to lean towards the Manamorphose. It helps cast the Oko. It helps cast a lot of our other double color cards. It's also an extra trigger for Shredder. I think that makes sense. Consecrated Sphinx, Omnath we could actually take here. Smuggler's Copter, Mystical Tutor. This has got to be a Copter, right? This is just such a spicy 2-drop aggro card. I still don't have any counter magic, which is not ideal. But hopefully we can find some later on still. Chain Lightning, Riftwing Cloudskate, and a Wheel of Fortune. Already passed Time Twister. Gonna go ahead and pass the wheel. Let's just take the cheap interaction of the chain. Yeah, I don't know. This is looking good, but I still need the counter magic. Some more burn elements here. Burst Lightning, Eidolon, Expansion Explosion. I think here I'm going to take another burn spell over the Great Revel. Gonna need to pick up some more fixing too. Right now with just Tropical Mana Morphos, I'm not sure Oko is all that it's cracked to be. I mean, I guess the Raging Ravine is probably gonna make the deck. I just don't want to run too many tap lands. Wish this Rogran Triome was a Ketria, that'd be nuts. This looks like a fun deck though. And like I said, if I can get that cheap counter magic, Spell Pierce, Miscalc, Remand, Mana Leak, if I can get maybe 1 or 2 of those cards in pack 3, I think this deck is exactly where we want it to be. A funny thing I can also do is still run the Pestermite in the main, as we wheel the Zealous Conscripts too. Run the Pestermite in the main even without having access to Twin or Kiki Jiki. And what that would do is make the opponent really scared, right? Make them think I could combo them out. Yeah, this is looking fine. Avalanche Riders or Sword of Body and Mind on the wheel. Some good green cards coming around too. I'm going to take the Sword, I think, for sideboard. And then a bunch of irrelevant cards for us. Sure. Yeah, I'm not going to run Gush. 16 playables going into pack 3. That's like okay. In a pinch, I can always throw the Red Elemental Blast in the main. So we have a few ways to like discard it if it's not the... Wow, that is a very late Raphaelos. I guess green is just super open. That's fine though. We're forcing it. We're having a little fun. Fun is opening a Steam Vents and a Jace the Mind Sculptor. Gosh, I want to take the Steam Vents really, really badly. But kind of hard to pass Jace. What else could we use? We could use a Minskin Boo. That would be pretty good here too. I want the Steam Vents so badly, but I'm going to take the Jace. Dang it. That feels bad. Steam Vents was one of the best lands we could have gotten there. But I'm not sure how I'm supposed to pass a Planeswalker at this point of time. Where is the counter magic? Dang it. If I don't get counter magic, I think this deck is just going to be okay. Three double red cards, 2 double blue cards, and then I have a blue-green card. Oh man, another really good pack. I want the Fiery Islet, which I think can wheel, so that's good at least. But then Polluted Delta grabs Rogran and Volcanic and Tropical, so that's one of the best fetches. But I have to take Splinter Twin here. We have Pestermite, we have Zealous, so... Again, another pick that is very good, but not the one I necessarily want to make. It's like, choose one. Good mana or good cards. I wonder if the Vortex actually makes the cut in this deck, too. Hellrider could also be out of place a little bit. It's possible that these two should be cut. More of the combo element, but I would need to find some more card draw or whatever to make that realistic. Bad pack here for us. Power Stone is pretty weak. That would be better off as any Signet that could add blue, red, or green. Plateau doesn't do anything for us. Teferi's good. But I can't really splash that, can I? And Light Up the Stage I don't think is what we want here. I guess I'll take Teferi. I have Rogran for it already. There's a chance I end up playing it. But I'm guessing most likely it's going to end up as a cut. So right now we have Preordain, Shredder, Stowaway, and Jace for extra card selection. I guess Chandra can as well, technically. Ooh, that's nice. Gruul Signet looks perfect here. Skydiver would be my secondary choice, but hey, little red-green ramp and fixing looks beautiful. That was a good pickup. Still no counters, so... I mean, it's not surprising that blue's not open because blue is just the best color. But I would have really enjoyed getting a little bit of counter magic. Even if it was just Spell Pierce, you know? Spell Pierce goes a long way in Vintage Cube. Simic Signet, okay, yeah, we got back-to-back excellent signets. There is a green, white, blue source if I wanted to try to splash the Teferi still. But nah, Siggy's too good. Yeah, sorry, Teferi. Looks like you're not making the cut. Let's see, Inferno Titan could be okay here as another top-end card. I want the Murktide Regent. Is this a good Regent deck? Or maybe I should take Thirst for Discovery for some more cards selection. Yeah, I mean, I have some number of instants and sorceries, but not enough. I'm going to take the Titan here, I think. And that's pick 6, so 2 more chances at something good. Imperial Recruiter is okay. This is power 2 or less, so for us that grabs Rabbles, Pester, Shredder, Stowaway, Daredevil. That's like okay. Seething Song and Pyretic Ritual. I do like Sword of Fire and Ice a lot. That actually seems worth running too. Actually, is Seething Song worthwhile here? It doesn't look that bad, but nah, Sword. Glorybringer came back around. That's also fine. Yeah, green was just so open. Oh well. Shieldbreaker's also decent, yeah. Darn it, no counter magic, but a lot of good, solid cards otherwise. We could have very easily had a mono red deck for sure. There were just so many red cards going around too. Oh well. It is what it is. We are where we are. Damn late Leo. And some last few pickups that don't matter. I'm going to guess that this deck goes 1 and 2, 2 and 1. I'd be a little bit surprised if we 3 and 0. But that doesn't mean we can't just get some good draws or play against some poor draws, you know? Question is, do I want to run 16 lands or 17 lands? 2 signets, we can probably get away with 16. Although maybe it's better to run like, or cut the Vortex and just run 17 lands. Last pick Uro, and we're not going to run Uro. Alright. It's fine. It's lacking some card draw, and it's lacking some counter magic, but otherwise it's fine. Perfectly acceptable teamer aggro / combo. With 1 forest, we would get 1, 2, 3, 4 green sources, plus the Manamorphose. That's probably alright. 7, 8, 9, 10. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. I can foresee us, again, getting 2 wins, but I could also see us going 1 and 2. With some nice draws, maybe we can pull off a 3 and 0. I mean, we have some individually powerful cards, and we do have the twin with both his Conscripts and Pestermite. It's just I don't know if the deck has the best strategy otherwise, but yeah, we'll go for it. Let's go to round 1. Okay, here we are for round 1 of this vintage cube draft, and look at that opening hand. Ah, something something, the shuffler is rigged. Hey, that's me. So very clearly we'll be taking a little mulligan here. Don't even have either of our combo pieces, but the only deck where I can see keeping a 0 land hand is Storm. Let's ship that down to 6. And that's a pretty bad looking 6 too. Yikes. Wow. Not what I want to see. I guess we'll keep this on the draw and pitch the 6-drop. We have a little bit of interaction, but the opponent needs to be playing specific cards. Hey, we can actually shield break that. That's funny. I'm going to go with the Ravine turn 1, though, and then I can shield break the Sentinel turn 2 and pay the 1 so they don't get to draw an extra card. If I draw an island, though, I'm going to be tempted to stow away instead. Okay, they're going to be white aggressive. We drew a forest. Or 1 of forest, of course we draw that. Sure, yeah. Pretty darn awkward draw for us. So I have like 9 or something blue sources in the deck, and we only have a few green. Grim Monolith now, too. Jeez. Okay, that gives me a little bit of hope. I'm just going to run out the Shield Breaker here. But if we can rattle off a few lands here, we have the Zealous Conscripts, we have the Twin. Don't mind seeing a Lingering Souls. If they attack, I will block. Ah, needed to find land there. Well, what I can do is just Dire Fleet Daredevil and eat their Lingering Souls so that they can't flash it back if they find a black source. I guess I should be pretty happy that their best play last turn was Lingering Souls when they had that much mana available. I do not like seeing that. All right, land for Chandra to kill the hero. Beautiful. It's a good land to do that with, too. We'll just pass here. If Chandra could live, we could win next turn, but obviously she probably just dies to the tokens. Sash, that's fine. Let's see. So yeah, we'll just go for it. We'll go Zealous Conscripts this turn, steal their Monolith. They have Mana Tithe as the very last card in their hand? Well, I'd say that's kind of unlucky. So now they can make a pretty big Lion Sash and suit it up to a flyer. Yikes. Also, they have Colonnade active with another land drop, so I don't think they want to use the Monolith for it. Well, we still have a Pestermite we can draw too. But I'm on like a pretty fast clock here. Brutal Tithe, Brutal Tithe. All right, so we go down to 8. Manamorphose, all right. We can add double blue with that. Then go land, Jace. Go for the Brainstorm. Not good enough. My assumption is they're just going to put me on a 2-turn clock and animate Colonnade again. Pretty close to dead, though. Almost just dead to them equipping their sash to one of their tokens. Ah, they drew an apparition. All right, so they can eat the Jace if they want. Well, that means they're not... oh, I guess they can equip the sash, but they're not activating or animating their Colonnade this turn. Oh, they're hitting my blocker. Interesting. And sending everything to face. Okay. Sure. So chump here. I think I need to take 4 because we have 2 lands on top of our deck. If I attack... Make a food. Yeah, I just need to get lucky. Need to find Pestermite near the top of our library here. Alright, so draw and loot first. I don't even know if we can survive, even if we do draw the Pestermite. We're drawing a land, we know that. Discard. Then Brainstorm. Okay. Well then, I guess that was not meant to be. Looks like the red elemental blast is alright versus them. Notably, if they didn't have that mana tithe on our conscripts, it was a pretty easy win. I guess I'll just take out Hellrider versus them. Let's go to game 2. That's pretty nice. Turn 2 Stowaway, turn 3 Oko. Also have Shield Breaker if they have an early artifact again. And they might have their mana tithe again, but if they mana tithe my Stowaway, then the Oko is more likely to resolve, you know? Demir Signet, okay. So I have some options here. I mean, I'm definitely attacking first and seeing what we loot into, but I do have the option of just blowing up their Signet if I want. I can't imagine playing Oko is wrong, though, you know? Like, who's going to pass up an Oko on turn 3? My fear is that they have like a Hero of Bladehold off of the Signet next turn, but if they do, we can just Oko it. Skyclave Apparition, fair enough. That was going to hit Oko either way, but that leaves us with our looter at least. Ooh, that's a good one too. So let's loot first. Sort of Fire and Ice on an unblockable creature. I guess discard Daredevil here makes sense. And then let's go float blue, green. Okay. Battle display the artifact. And then just cast. Because I don't want to play out the Sword of Fire and Ice and not equip it immediately, because then they know I have it, and then it's coming. Alright, there is their Hero of Bladehold. We could Zealous Conscripts it for a turn too, but getting the sword online seems better. We get to draw an extra card here. We get to kill the apparition and get a 3/3. I want to choose this loot first and then draw first. Okay, well, a lot of lands, but what can you do? Metamorph hero? Oh, Metamorph sword! Hey! Okay, so now they can get in without me being able to block. But I get to go block on their tokens. And then... Oh, I can't steal! Ah, wait, no. I won't be able to... I won't be able to steal their hero because it's pro-red now. Interesting. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, you know what? I had lethal if I didn't block. I messed up. Yeah, I messed up. I had lethal if I didn't block. Because then they just kill the shield breaker. We have 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep, I messed up. Okay, to remedy this, what can I do? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Can't steal the sword and equip. So I guess we just attack for 5 here, see what we loot into, and hold up food token. But I should have won this turn. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I do need to kill the token too to play it safe. That's great. Or actually, it doesn't tap down there. It doesn't tap down their hero, so I guess we pass. And I'll just let them hit me. I get to gain 3 life here as well. Okay, so this would be 11 damage. That's fine. And to play around Mana Tithe, I'm going to have to Pestermite prior to using the food, but we're doing this all end turn anyways. I could have also cast Pestermite after their Sword of Fire and Ice had triggered. And that would allow me to tap an extra land, so they only have a few lands to work with. Flicker Wisp, okay. I guess flicker their hero for... No, that doesn't matter. Sure. If they go for Sword Equip, we can Pestermite. Okay, they went for Lingering Souls. So get my token back. Let's see. This is lethal, right? Tap the Spirit token. We get to steal the Flicker Wisp. And then equip the sword on our unblockable. And no matter what they do, they will take lethal. Okay. So should have won again on an earlier turn, but thankfully we still were able to pull that one out. Is Gilded Drake good versus them? It doesn't appear to be. Run it back. If this had a second red source, I would consider keeping this, but I don't think I'm supposed to keep this as it is. And looks pretty bad to me. Go down to 6. Okay. On the draw, I think I have to keep this hand and hope that we draw a blue source. I guess I'm going to lose the Preordain here, since if we draw blue, we have Stowaway. Always with the Sentinel. Okay, this is make it or break it next turn. I have to draw a land. Nice. I'm going to go with the Stowaway first, and if they have a counter, so be it. I like no plays. So they kept a 1-lander with Mox Sapphire. They're going to Solitude my Stowaway. What did they get rid of? Relic Order, okay. That's really good. I'm going to blow up their only land here. They might have Mana Tithe now, but they didn't. Nice. Both players just stuck on mana sources, kind of. Although, I mean, I have the double Signet, but if I don't... it wasn't that greedy. I mean, I kept a greedy one, too. They're not dead. No, they're not dead yet! No! We could have still had a game. Oh, I guess... Well, let's see. I draw land. No, they still had time. I didn't have anything going on. Ah, well. GG's, I guess. We will take the first round. Let's go to the next. All right, here we are for round number 2 of the Vintage Cube with our Teamer stuff. Not streaming, just recording. Little do they know, my deck is also pretty medium. Little do they know. I think this hand's okay to keep. We're on the draw, we have a turn 1 interactive spell, we can cycle Manamorphose and try to find something to do. We have all of our colors. I guess this hand wants to draw like Signets. Oh, I will kill a Mana Dork if you have one. That's not a Mana Dork, but I guess I'm probably supposed to still kill it if my opponent's playing it. So they could have like Dark Depths combo, they could just have a bunch of value lands, Field of the Dead, Dark Depths type thing, I don't know. A bird too. There's the Pestermite. I don't think we need to Manamorphose quite yet. We might want to wait until like turn 4 or 5 even for Manamorphose, since we have both Jace and Time Warp in this deck. That is a lot of different colors. Casual green-white into blue-black-red land. I love it. Bryn and 6. That's pretty good too. Sheesh. Okay. Well, they said their deck's an embarrassment, but they have a solid draw. I guess I'm going to preordain this turn. Yeah, we'll go top. So draw Chandra next turn. Omnath with fetches. Okay. That's pretty bad for me. I guess I'm gonna have to go Chandra down tick on Omnath, and then they can just Ren and 6 to ping. To a relic. Okay. Sheesh. They said their deck was bad. They've lied to me. I guess I'm gonna start with Manamorphose first and see what we find. Shredder. Alright. Have to kill the Omnath. So now Ren and 6 can ping Chandra. Escape to the Wilds. All right, let's see what they got going on here. That, okay, I mean, that wasn't good, and indeed, it is kind of a mishmash of stuff. If they have Restoration Angel, they could easily be running Kiki Jiki. This doesn't work with Splinter Twin, but it does work with Kiki. All right, they did notice that you can ping off the Chandra, yeah. One card left in hand. I mean, we're still sitting fine. If I draw a land next turn for Titan, that's great. If not, I can Hellrider, kill Ren and 6. That's great. Actually, it might even be better if we draw an untapped land to just go Shredder plus Hellrider anyways. Right? Alright, discard excess lands, attack and kill Ren. They have a lot of mana and every color under the sun. Let's see what they can do with it. They're gonna have to main phase their Resto Angel, otherwise it's gonna go away. Yeah, that looks like tapping signets for Restoration Angel. Yeah, there's that. All right, so Delta's gonna get exiled. They've got very good mana, if nothing else. A bunch of fetches, a bunch of duels. Signets. I guess I'm going to attack with both and then just Inferno Titan. So obviously the Restoration Angel gets to eat one of my creatures. So 1, 1, and 1. Bing, bing, bing. All right, we saw one payoff card. Let's see if they can find another fat payoff card. Path. Boo. There goes the Titan. Okay, and nothing. Ravine is good. So I'm just going to play the Ravine and attack with Shredder and pass, I guess. Because I don't want to play out the Pestermite. We want the land. We can even double activate. So what you can do with Raging Ravine is you can activate it multiple times. Kind of funny. And it would get multiple 1/1 counters based on that. Yeah, we want Shelldock Isle too. Oh, we can actually get the Shelldock Isle card immediately by untapping it with Pestermite. Okay, that's good. That's all very good. Do we want to Direfleet Daredevil their Escaped the Wilds? Do I have enough mana to do that? 1, 2, 3, untap 1. 1, 2, 3, untap 1. No, I'd be 1 mana short. Could just Oko. Could Sword. There's nothing wrong. There's too many good options here. Feels like Zealous underneath might be the best, though. And then we can just animate the Ravine. Smack. They're ready. Okay. I can kill my Shredder, I guess. Sack one of their artifacts. Man, both players are like kind of doing not much here, aren't they? Oh, they're gonna make a token. Hmm. All right, we're gonna tap the construct because then we can Zealous the Augur. Animate the Ravine. Even get to play a land off the top. How nice. Then we can play the Signet, loot with Shredder, draw the Jace, discard land. Animate Ravine. And smack them for a bunch. Alright. GG's. Red Elemental Blast hits some of their cards. Most notably Omnath. Is that good enough? I don't even know. I think we're just gonna run it back as is. All right, what do we have here? No red sources, but this would be a turn 3 Oko. I think Oko is that good of a card. Don't try this at home. And if we do draw red source off the top, we are sitting pretty. Sadly, that is not the case here. Oh man, not bolting the bird on turn 1. Oh, but they didn't have a 3 mana play. That sucks. So because I didn't draw a land, I kind of have to play the Signet out in order to get the Oko online next turn. Ah, and they can just blow it up now. Boo. All right. Untapped red source off the top, please. That is not it either. They're missing lands too, but they have a bird. Well, they have an Augur of Autumn now as well. Yikes. Really need to draw a red source. Perfect. Okay, so what we can do now is I can go Pestermite, untap red source into Chain Lightning, and that's going to trigger my looter. I think I have to kill their Augur, sadly. Yeah, I mean, a couple of 2-power flyers might do some work. Have a pretty good lineup next turn, too, if they play an artifact. Get to shield break the artifact plus Oko. Oh, this is just Restoration Angel, isn't it? This is just Resto. So, as such, I think we'll just go Oko, make a food and pass. They're going to flicker their Knight of Autumn, make it a 4-3 is my guess. Yep. Yep. Very obvious. Okay, so Oko's going to take some amount of damage here. 2-4 is going to try to bounce off their 3-4. Another tap land. Coalition Relic. Perfect. There's the red card for, or there's the artifact for us to blow up. So, we can do quite a few good things this turn. Oh, they have Path. That sucks. I'm going to Path my Shredder, it looks like. Oh, I think they have Path in their hand. Anyway. Let's see. Make a 3-3 start off. We're going to go Chandra, add 2 red, battle display, loot, get a counter. Let's play out another blocker here. And just attack with the Pestermite. I guess they don't have Path. Game plan is just to protect our Planeswalkers, though. Yeah, if we win here, we're 2-0. Stupid sexy Oko. Another tap land, oh no. So if they kill the Shredder, the Resto Angel kills Oko, but that still leaves me with Chandra. Oh, I think the game just crashed. I think the game just crashed. I'm going to pause and restart. Okay, we're back. Looks like they just went and played a deranged hermit for their turn. Now, what can we do? I'm probably pretty close to killing them, all things considered. Let's lead off with Preordain. Time Warp. That should do her. Let's see. Sheldock's pretty good. Yeah, let's go top. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna have to exile my Sheldock, aren't I? Yeah, okay, well, that's fine. So I should have actually bottomed it. Because we're gonna have to loot it away. But they're just dead next turn anyways. Attack for 5 in the air. Attack for 5 again, and then shoot them for 2 with Chandra's GG. I mean, And that works too. All right, good game. Okay, nice little 2-0 start here for us. Let's go off to round number 3 and see if we can actually trophy with this thing. Okay, we're 2-0 and into the finals of this vintage cube draft. Ooh, yeah. On the play with a turn 1 volcanic into preordain. I'm going to keep this one lander. A little risky bisky. Couple lands on top, please. Uh-oh. That's a double bottom. Uh-oh. If we don't find a land off the top, we are going to be in a sad spot. Hopefully we just rip, though. And it looks like we are playing against red aggro. Oh, no. Oh, boy. So we're playing against a red aggro deck, and we missed our land number 2 after scrying 2 cards to the bottom and drawing a card. Yep, naturally they ate one of my lands. Well, this is going to be over pretty quickly. Ragavan into Magda, sure. I guess let's Manamorphose here. Blue, red. All right, I'm going to play the Direfleet Daredevil and hope that they don't have a burn spell somehow. Because a 2/1 first striker does block both of those pretty well, but we might just be dead here. Oh? Ah, golly. Wait, do they have it? They might have a 2-mana burn spell if they're attacking with it. They hit Unholy Heat? Okay. You win. Okay. Easy peasy game 1. No big deal. That's fine. This might not be the best matchup for us, although it might not be bad. We do have some good draws and some good cards versus that, but that seemed unfortunate. I mean, turn 1 preordain, see 2 non-lands, put them on the bottom, draw a non-land, and then draw a non-land. So that was 4 looks. 4 looks at a land, and we bricked. Unfortunate. But I don't even know. Even if we hit that, would we have been in a good spot? All right, game 2. Close. Very close. Lightning and sword would be fantastic, but... Okay, well... Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. Let's keep the Shredder and the Dire Fleet here. We have Gruul Signet for red. Turn 1 Shelldock. Get conscripts underneath. I mean, I don't expect the Shelldock to be turned online this game. They have a turn 1 library. Next turn we get to go Signet into Daredevil and trigger the Ledger Shredder though, but they are on the library plan now. I guess we could go Signet into Signet instead of Dire Fleet. But it feels like I'd rather just get on the board. Yeah, all right. Yeah, 4 toughness is really, really good here. I guess the Shelldock might get turned online when they have Library of Alexandria active too. Okay, Season Pyro. Now I think I might discard Jace versus Pyro. Untapped land means we get to go Sword Equip, which would be insane. Not quite. Sword Pass. too bad. Equipping sword last turn might have just ended the game, but now they could definitely have some interaction. They're down to 25 cards in library, so 5 more draws and our conscripts underneath the shell dock gets active. Okay, even fewer cards now. This actually feels like kind of a mirror match of sorts. They have a lot of red aggro cards, but then they are also playing blue and green. Kind of funny. Tinfoil hat. Mirror match. What are you doing with that floating mana there, friend? 8 cards in their hand. 5 toughness on the Shredder, though. Kind of hard to deal with. What's going on here? So do we have them on a 2-turn clock? Let's see. If they cast another spell, we do get to connive again. Time Warp potentially next turn into Sword Equip. That's 3 plus 5 plus 2. Very close. And then Chain Lightning maybe for the win. Well, I guess I'll pause while they're taking time. Okay. They decided to go for an expressive iteration here. So 4 plus 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, I guess we'll discard the Chain Lightning then. Make sure we can cast Time Warp next turn. Because we can actually put the Sword of Fire and Ice on our Dire Fleet Daredevil to give it pro red so it can swing past the Pyro. Ooh, they hit an Abrade. I guess they killed a sword then. Sure, that's fine. Okay. Time Warp. Little bit awkward. But again, I had to discard the Chain Lightning and keep the land if I wanted to make sure I cast the Time Warp there. Gargaroth. Oh no, and they have 21 cards left in their deck, so I don't quite get to activate. Jeez, and they have the 4 card types too. Ah! Alright. They have done a good job stabilizing here. Okay. Sure. All right, they're gonna go back up to 6. That's fine. What is the wording on this? Okay, so we're going to draw for turn. And go for good old Zealous on Gargaroth. Do they have a Pestermite? Jeez. That's brutal. So what outs do I have then? Let's see. What can I draw off of the looter? I can draw Burst Lightning. That's about it, huh? I think those are our 2 cards that we can draw. Let's see. Because we're dead on board afterwards. So yeah. Attack everything at face, force them to chump the conscripts. Man, discarding that Jace and Chain Lightning are biting me in the butt, but I think it was right at the time. Get a loot. Oh, when we hit the land. Alright, GG's. That'll do her. Because they get their Gargaroth back and they can animate a land. Good beats. Close one. Yeah, I needed to discard the land. Sorry, I needed to discard the Chain Lightning and keep the land in order to make sure I cast Time Warp. That just sucks that they happen to have the 1 mana 6 damage burn spell there, so. Well played. We had some chances. I don't know, maybe slightly different discarding options with the Shredder could have gotten us. But 2-1, like I said, not unhappy with that result. In fact, I didn't think we would even do that well. But with that said, thanks for watching, everybody. Hit that like and subscribe, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you back tomorrow for some more. Bye-bye.